My name is Jamie Campbell, and I'm the Program Director for CASAforKIDS of Kalispell, Montana. You're about to meet some very special people. They are service providers, they are CASA volunteers, and some of the CASA volunteers are doctors, attorneys, teachers. They come from all walks of life. Judges, the court administrator, all these people have one thing in common. They know that they've made a difference in the life of a child. CASA is important to me because it allows people, no matter what their background is, to really make a difference, a lifelong difference in the life of a child. It allows people to bring hope into a child's life who may previously have had a life where they felt hopeless, where they didn't have any vision for the future. They didn't have the ability to dream of a life that might be different from what they had experienced. They probably didn't even realize that life could be different than what they had experienced in the past. CASA volunteers are able to step into a child's life where they are, and by getting to know the child, by listening to the child's voice, hearing what the child wants, what the child doesn't want, listening to the child sort through confusing situations that they're dealing with, and dealing with difficult circumstances. All the children are dealing with grief and loss issues that can be overwhelming, even to an adult. In fact, most of the situations that these children find themselves would really overwhelm an adult. It's amazing how strong some of these kids can be, particularly when someone is able to come alongside them and support them. A CASA volunteer looks into that child's life, and anybody that's involved in the child's life, it could be the children's parents, the child's therapists, the teachers, the social workers, anybody in the circle of friends, even their friends, even their daycare providers, the teachers at Head Start. The CASA volunteer will research information about the child by talking to all these various people and gathering a full picture of this child's life and what this child's life is currently like, and try to formulate a recommendation for the judge about what should be done in this child's life to give this child a better future. That's one element of what the CASA volunteer does. The other element is that they advocate for services for these children, because foster children can be underserved. It's possible for children to need services within the school district that they're not getting, to need counseling that they're not getting, and the CASA's voice can be a very powerful voice for a child. They advocate in court, but they also advocate at various meetings that take place that concern the child's future. And they're able to talk to the social workers and therapists and teachers, and attend IEP meetings, individual educational plans for children, and speak up for that child and say, the child's struggling in these areas, and we really need to put something in place to help this child become successful. So CASA volunteers advocate across the board for a child. The other piece is they become knowledgeable of the child on a personal basis by spending time with that child, doing things like reading books to them, going for walks, just spending time with the child and getting to know them. The child becomes comfortable with them and is often able to share with them their feelings and their concerns, and to feel like there's someone there that they can trust. One of the key pieces about a CASA volunteer is that they are often the only real stable person in the child's life during their time in care. Social workers often change, and therapists often change, foster homes often change, schools often change, And the child's whole life can be a series of upheavals. The CASA volunteer, when they're assigned, we ask them to make a commitment to stay on that case for the duration of the case. And so we've had volunteers that have been on the cases 6 years because they're staying with that child for the duration of the case. A typical case lasts about 18 months, not 6 years, but if it's needed, CASA volunteers are very committed to their children, and they want to be there to provide that stability for the child that can help them go through the various transitions that they need to in their life as they grow and develop. I'm really pleased to be the program director for CASAforKIDS. I feel very passionate about our mission to advocate for abused and neglected children in our community, and we're so fortunate because there's such a tight-knit group of people in our community that are also feeling this mission with us and working to advocate for children through various avenues. The series of videos that you're going to see are going to highlight some of those people that are in our community in the various, doing the work in the various capacities that they do. And all of them are strong supporters of CASA, and I'm just pleased to be a partner with each of them in our mission to advocate for abused and neglected children. I would never wish for one of my children or grandchildren or a friend's child to find themselves in the position that a lot of our children that are in need of our services find themselves in. But on the plus side, it's a wonderful thing to know that the CASA program is there so that children are able to have someone come alongside them and support them and be a voice for them. It does make a huge difference in the life of the child, and it helps children be resilient and move forward in a circumstance that otherwise the outcome might not be very positive for them. But with the support of a person and finding that someone believes in them, it does, I've seen it time and time again, make a huge difference for children. So thank you for watching these videos. We invite you to contact us and get involved with CASA.